for Chipotle and the restaurant industry at large is Chipotle's chairman and CEO, Brian Niccol. Brian, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kate. Good morning.
So let's talk about this digital number, as I mentioned, up 216%, the highest level that you've seen so far. What has new customer retention been like in terms of digital sales, and how can you continue to monetize that group moving forward?
Yeah, it was really an amazing quarter from a digital growth standpoint and just the way our restaurants were able to operate in this environment. You know, as you mentioned, we did over $825 million in sales, and we brought in a lot of new customers to our digital system. And the thing that's great is those new customers that came in, experienced delivery or order ahead, they signed up for our rewards program, and now our customer database is up to 15 million customers, with a heavily skewed to those new users. And we've learned a lot over the last couple of months on how to interact with them to really influence behavior and better understand what they would like from Chipotle so that we give them great experiences.
Your dining rooms are starting to reopen, albeit with limited capacity. But not only at Chipotle, at other restaurants, we're seeing kind of a gravitation toward carry-out and delivery. Do you think that that is a change in consumer behavior, something that will stick with us even after the pandemic kind of ends? Or do you think that they will be ready to come back into dining rooms, and when?
Yeah, so I definitely think you're seeing some of the consumer psychology. They want to make sure that they can still go out, get their restaurant experiences, but they want to do it in a safe way. And, you know, right now the psychology is they feel better about either eating outside or getting it to go. And, you know, we started to open our dining rooms. Obviously, it's got limited capacity. There are some folks that are totally comfortable already sitting down and eating in the restaurant. But, yeah, a huge majority are still pushing towards the idea of takeout or eating outside, making sure that they really have the space so they can feel safe.
Brian, it's Kelly here in the studio. I'm curious about digital ordering. It's something that Kate had flagged earlier when you guys were hiring 10,000 people and looking to expand Chipotlanes and how much more labor intensive those are. Do you expect that the high amount of digital orders you'll have in the future will mean you'll have more workers, not fewer?
Yeah, so the thing to think about is those Chipotlanes come off of our digital kitchen, which is a dedicated team, and it operates really efficiently. And actually, every one of our digital orders, excluding delivery, is our best margin transaction. So that is incremental labor that, you know, is dedicated to really high margin transactions. And, you know, we love the idea of being able to hire people to support an access point that at the end of the day is incremental sales and some of our best margin transactions we can have in the business.
Understood. Well, I'm also curious of some of the trends you saw in the quarter. Customers ordered more steak, more bottled beverages, and more burritos than usual. It said it raised your costs for food, beverage, and packaging. But why steak and burritos in particular, do you think?
You know, there's definitely been, I think, an undercurrent. People want some additional comfort in their food. And I think burritos provide that comfort. And steak, it goes even, I guess, a little step further. And so as we've talked to customers, they love the idea of, you know, putting steak in one of our warm tortillas. And, you know, I must agree, it's pretty special to have a burrito from Chipotle.
Brian, to follow up on the menu, you're innovating even in this climate. A lot of restaurants have kind of taken a pause when it comes to that. You're testing out the cauliflower rice. You've got the digital-only quesadilla. What's the reaction been like to some of these menu tweaks, and what else can we expect?
Yeah, so, you know, we're obviously using our stage gate process to validate these new initiatives. We just launched Tractor Beverages into all of our restaurants. So that's beverages that match our food ethos, which we're really excited about. And as you mentioned, we just put into test cauliflower rice. And the response has been really, really excellent. A lot of customers have been asking for us to provide cauliflower rice as a solution. And it's very much on trend with how people want to eat. So, you know, we'll see how it goes in the test. But, you know, we're a couple days in. We're really happy with how our operators are executing and the customer feedback we're getting on it. And then, obviously, the quesadillas, to be able to do it in our digital kitchen is something that we think is a huge unlock for us because it provides a way for us to present innovation and engagement with our digital business that we haven't been able to do in the past, which is dedicated menu items.